I will ask Krishna this. Who do you think is Jackie sir's favorite child? I also have a sibling, and
You
we
don't-
always say
Statement, 100% me.
it is you.
100%.
We tried something and we lost something, and if you have to pay, you have to pay. That's it. I worked for it. I worked my as much as I could and repaid everybody so that my family's name gets clear. Getting the house back, my wife didn't want it back. She said, "Let it be. What's gone is gone." But the thought was nice. His thought is beautiful that he wants to make a house for his mother and his family, which is a beautiful thought.
My dad, I don't think my dad's ever liked anyone I've been with, to be honest. But I don't blame him. He's been right throughout. So the problem with that.
At the age of 25, he started dating, I think, and they're bloody good friends. And I have no idea what they have decided for their future.
When I went to this charity event with my father for breast cancer awareness, and there was some media there, and they clicked photos, and I was a young teenager at the time, and I remember those photos came out. It was social media, reading comments, and they were just, remarks about my work. And as a young teenager, that's going to play on your mind. But those things affect you.
Father's Day, I was actually racking my brains to find out a parent-child pair, and I suddenly thought of Krishna, and I texted her because Krishna, I love you, but I have to tell you this, that your father is possibly the coolest person on this universe. I know he's the coolest dad, but he's also the coolest person. Before I begin, I must tell the viewers that he's also the reason why I became a little comfortable with film parties, because I remember, sir, that at this film party where I was there, you made me really, really comfortable and not knowing me. And since then, he has been like a really, really strong inspiration for me. And Krishna, what do I tell you? I love you a lot. We go a long, long way. And you've been an amazing, amazing support to me through my journey as well. Welcoming both of you in conversation with Bollywood Bubble on today's Father's Day special. Thank you, Jackie sir. Thank you, Krishna, for doing it. And just welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Sir, before I begin, I want to know that आप 90s के दशक के सबसे बड़े सुपरस्टार्स में से एक थे, 80s and 90s. We've grown up on your films. How difficult does it become at home, also Krishna, to you, to separate, because you must have watched him on screen, as this really superstar persona. How do you differentiate between the father and the superstar, and how did you make sure that you were just a father at home? First, I'll go with you. Yeah.
To be with me, basically, I'm just saying dad was pretty. It's never been a task for us because we had a basic, simple upbringing. I think my parents did a good job of kind of keeping us away from, that crazy life, hectic life, in like all of that, So I think differential dad as he is just hasn't been a chore. He's been dad to us, Although I'm very aware of everything my dad's accomplished, and I'm very proud of it.
So how did you, make time? Because that time, आज के ज़माने में तो एक actor एक film shoot करता है, तब के ज़माने में 3 shoots एक साथ होते थे. So how did you always find that balance in time? Because I watched that interview on Coffee with Karan where Karan said that actually you flew down from Chennai every night to be with your kids. So I want to know how did you do that?
How did I do that? It was easy. I wanted to meet my children, whether I was in Delhi, whether I was in Chennai, or if I was in Bangalore. I used to come. I used to shoot in the morning, come back, and then go back the next day to shoot, because there was no time to actually sit back and look in their eyes and cuddle them up properly. But I used to find time somehow or the other. Time to nikalta hi tha. कैसे भी निकालता था.
Sir, आपके पापा आपके साथ जैसे थे, are you the same with your kids or is it different?
Same. Deal. पूरा deal दिया.
So if I may ask you, how was your father's bond with you?
My father.
It was mother. Father was working all the time. It was mother who looked after me.
Yeah.
Dad was always there as a strong support, which I knew. but he was making the two ends meet by working. And it was mother. तो माँ ने संभाला जो भी जितना भी परवरिश की है, तो माँ है, इसलिए माँ का दिल है और बाप का भेजा है.
Krishna, how do you define your relationship with Jackie?
I don't think I can really, I don't think I can really put a definition on it. I think it's just a feeling, and it's an inexplainable feeling. I think when my dad's around, I feel the safest, I feel the most secure. I feel like I can accomplish anything in the world. I think I'm really blessed to have him as my father, because he's, no matter what Tiger and I have been wanting to, whatever we want to do in life, whatever we want to experiment with, he's always given us that freedom. We've always, felt judgment from him, and we've been able to, I think that's so important for personal growth, for a parent to kind of course, we have that trust between us, but to also kind of give us that freedom to explore and grow, to kind of come into our own and become individuals. I think it's really cool that he gives us that freedom, and I think because he gives me that freedom, I feel like I'm able to just speak to him about everything. There's mom and dad are both more like friends to me.
Yeah. Jackie sir, I want to ask you that when you held Tiger for the first time in your arms, do you remember that moment? And when you held Krishna for the first time in your arms, do you remember those moments?
First time I held Krishna in my hand, it was like a little doll I had in my hand. I felt like a doll. And she used to sleep only when I sang Chura Ke Dil Mera. She would sleep, and I had to put her very close to the AC. The AC duct के बाजू में रखना पड़ता था, because थोड़ा सा हेल्दी थी बच्चा, माशाल्लाह. She was a little healthier, so I had to lift her and give her the AC का draft to cool her down. तो समझा ना मैं क्या बोला? उठाना पड़ता था, AC के पास लेके सुलाना पड़ता था, चुरा के दिल मेरा गाना गाते हुए, ताकि उनको गर्मी ना लगे. उनको थोड़ा सा अच्छा बॉडी था, तो उसके जो ऐसे झुर्रियां आती थी, उसके बीच में हवा लगा दी, ऊपर ले जाना पड़ता था. तो वो हमेशा याद रहेगा. उनको पकड़ने का एक पार्टी और था.
So that's why dad's got such amazing arms till date. All those years of carrying a heavy baby.
Yeah.
But what about Tiger? Do you remember the first time you held Tiger? Because that was the first.
Yeah. He was in his head was here. His head was here. His leg was finishing here. एक हाथ का था ऐसा उठाया मैं. यहाँ सर था और यहाँ पैर था बस. So it was just like one hand full. एक बहुत हल्का फुल्का एक बच्चा था.
But look at what he's doing. Genuinely a lightweight guy today. The lightest guy, because he can do things that not even Superman can do. In film, he can do it for real. But sir, I want to know that when you were being a father to them over their growing up years, over the teenage years, it can get rebellious, Did you realize that? And did you always try to be a friend to them? Like, I know from both Krishna and Tiger that you were the most non-judgmental, non-confrontational person. Was it a conscious move?
It was natural with me, because I was totally confident about my kids. I totally trusted them blindly, and then they were brought up by my mother, my wife's mother, and my wife. They had basic good streak in them, and ladies looking after a child is always more gentler, softer. So मेरे को तो कोई टेंशन था ही नहीं. मैंने तो टोटल ढील दे दिया था. मैं बोला मैं बस जितना जाना है पतंग को बदने दो, जितना जा सकता है उन्हें दो. It was a free hand, because I was in total trust of my children.
So Krishna, who was the good cop and the bad cop in the house?
I think both of them try to be.
Who was the good? What was
good cop?
What is it?
जो मतलब good cop, bad cop. So basically, जो कौन सा parent थोड़ा ज़्यादा let go करता था और कौन सा parent थोड़ा.
See, I was like a bad cop because I let them do anything that they wanted.
No.
My wife was like a monitor and a protector. She was the good one, you know what I mean? She could keep a Lakshman Rekha. There was a what do you call, a line tha. There was a line drawn out there by my wife. Because I had no line drawn. It can take the kids away anywhere. पर घर पे एक strong lady थी जो बराबर संभाला. So I think she was the good cop and I was the bad cop.
I will ask Krishna this. Who do you think is Jackie sir's favorite child? I also have a sibling, and
You
we
don't-
always say
Statement, 100% me.
it is you.
100%. I'm
And I think Tiger is Aisha ma'am's favorite. No, what do you think?
so too, but I'm gonna get into trouble for saying.
But Jackie sir, what would you say? Do you have a favorite? Were there moments? How did you become a mitigator between them when they fought? When Tiger and Krishna had a fight, whose side would you be on?
I'm on no one side. I'm neutral. I let them thaw out. आराम से गर्मी जितनी होती है, थोड़े it just takes it's a matter of time for them to start talking and loving more and realizing fight is a healthy sign. They need to fight. So when they bond more because they realize the value of each other after not talking to each other for at least a week or 10 days. You know what I mean? And they are mature enough to let it pass. There is nothing that lasts forever, not even us human beings. So these are small squabbles that take away some time. 5 दिन बात नहीं हुई, 1 week you don't talk. But those are the beautiful moments also that when you get older you start thinking, remember the way we fought and then how we made up. These are the memories then they. So I feel. I don't know, but they are.
What do you think, Krishna?
I agree with
and
you. And I think it's very normal. I think it's a part of any relationship, whether it's a husband and wife, a mother and child, a father and child, siblings. That's a very normal part of it. And I think, I can't speak for everyone. At least me, I'm always most reactive towards people that actually really care about, and that's they get the shit end of this for me.
Jackie sir, you come from a very humble background, and the best thing about you is, despite being a superstar of your stature and having everything, you've never forgotten your roots. You are somebody who celebrates where you come from, and you celebrate the place and the people who have been part of your life then and even now, which is a brilliant streak. And I see that in Tiger, I see that in Krishna too. I want to know, when you speak about your childhood, आपके childhood में आपने बहुत ज़्यादा struggle किया था, which I'm pretty sure fortunately your kids didn't have to battle because by then you were already a star. How do you see that? Were you always working and towards giving them that kind of a protective childhood because maybe you didn't get a lot of things when you were a kid?
I never desired for anything in my life. I was happy with what I had. My mother kept me in a very tight embrace all the time. She gave me a lot of warmth all the time. She never let me feel that I didn't have anything in my hand. There was always some kind of money that she always gave me when I went out. Gave me all the love, gave me all the freedom that I wanted. So the struggle part of it was nothing, I feel. I passed out of my STC. I saw my parents struggle. My family used to struggle, and I was lucky enough not to really go through a grind. I started working 2 years after leaving the school. And I was lucky that I was discovered on the road to be a model. So basically, my mother's blessing has always been with me, I feel. That's what got me into modeling, right from living in a shanty, looking at my mother and father struggle to make 2 ends meet. So it was the struggle of my mother and father which I saw. My struggle was nothing. Things kept falling in my hand without asking for it from God. God maybe knew what I wanted. And I worked my souls off. I mean, मैंने बहुत काम किया. I worked day and night, 12 hours, maybe 13 hours, 14 hours a day. Non-stop I used to work. I kept working and God kept me giving me and I kept giving out. It was just, I didn't even realize that 37 years have gone by and I've been in the film industry, and for 3-4 years as a commercial model, as an ad guy. So 3-4 years I did modeling, and the rest was films. The struggle has been just keeping calm, keeping sane, keeping the protocol of being an actor. You're more responsible. What you speak can become into a huge, kind of thing. A little mole can become a mountain. So keeping yourself in total grip, keeping a a mark, Lakshman Rekha, we call it. Lakshman Rekha Rakha. Never spoke beyond my understanding. Just maintain the protocol, which we should as a citizen of India or of the world.
Krishna, how do you look back at your father's journey? Like he celebrates, like I said, he celebrates his roots. He has seen his mom and dad struggle. He must have told those stories to you, and you must have learned a lot from it. Because you guys, thankfully, touch wood, you guys haven't seen those days. Also, I'll come to that. But how did you react to those stories as kids? Did you take anything out of it?
I love it. I mean, I love hearing, my family history. I love seeing, hearing about my father's entire journey. I think I already I respect him more than anyone in the world. And hearing those stories, seeing where he came from, where he started off from, and then just through hard work, being who he is today it's extremely inspiring, extremely motivating, and it just makes me have 1,000% more respect than I already do.
I saw this video where your mom, Aisha ma'am, and I love her. I must take this opportunity to tell her that she's an amazing and incredible person as well. She is outstanding as a human being. I've had the chance to meet her twice. She spoke about the financial struggles that you guys went through in the early 2000s, and your father never let it bog him down. He kept working. But that time you guys were kids. What was it that you guys went through mentally? Like, did you understand what your family was going through?
She was too small. She was too small to even understand, and we didn't let it go through the kids at all.
And to be honest, I mean, Tiger and I, maybe Tiger remembers a little more than I do, but whatever it was, any struggle, any kind of low, our parents protected us so much. I don't think they ever gave us a chance to feel that. We always felt extremely blessed and extremely privileged, and there's not one moment in my childhood that I recall that I could feel anything negative about.
And so what went behind your mind? Because at that point you were battling something and you had to protect your family, and there were two beautiful additions to the family, so you had to take care of them even more. What was it running through your mind? Because this time you were in your father and mother's position.
Nothing at all. I mean, I knew that we tried something and we lost something. And if you have to pay, you have to pay. That's it. I worked for it. I worked as much as I could and repaid everybody so that my family's name gets clear. And business में up and down होता है. जरूरी नहीं कि हमेशा ऊपर ही रहेंगे. कभी ऊपर होता है, कभी नीचे होता है. It's just that you have to know how to keep your sanity and how to keep your ethics.
But are you happy at the fact that Tiger, the way he's working, and I again an appreciation post for Tiger because he's one of the. मैं जब उसकी तरफ देखता हूँ ना, मैं बोलता हूँ कि मतलब I used to feel that I'm a very good son, but when I look at him, I genuinely feel like learning a little bit from him because he's possibly the best son one could have, best brother one could have. He's an amazingly grounded guy, despite being a superstar from this generation. He actually promised you, sir, that he will get you the house back, and he did. How did that? Do you remember that moment? How did that make you feel as a parent?
I'm just proud of both my children. They're strong enough, and getting the house back. My wife didn't want it back. She said, "Let it be. What's gone is gone." But the thought was nice. His thought is beautiful that he wants to make a house for his mother and his family, which is a beautiful thought. I mean, that runs in the genes. I think everyone's out there to just protect each other, give as much as you can. Just that I'm lucky to have both these children who have given me happiness always, without asking for anything. दोनों का दिल साफ है. They are like
That's true.
Innocent kids out there. For me, at least, they're kids. They're a big girl and there's a big boy out there. Inshallah, but they're great kids. They're sincere and they're straightforward. They have no malice towards anybody. They won't cut down anyone to the ground and try and act tall. They're decent people. They're absolutely decent lot, both of them. Not because मेरे बच्चे हैं, मगर जो बातें वो करते, both talk about health. Both are talking about health. She has got a gym. She is a mixed martial art person, and then my son is into gymnastics and dancing and things. So I think both the kids are talking about health, which is what the kids of our generation should learn. Discipline, health, mastering the craft, what you do. I think ये सारी चीजें हैं, बस ऊपर का शुक्र है वो Almighty का. ज़्यादा बोलना अच्छा नहीं लगता है. आपका Happy Father's Day to you too, and may your family also give you a lot of blessings, and just look after your family.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, you've always been so comfortable with your kids, and also Krishna, he has been like a friend, like you said. And I'm pretty sure that you guys used to discuss your partners, like Tiger's girlfriend and your boyfriends. What was his reaction? Was he protective? Was he inquisitive? Or was he concerned?
My dad, I don't think my dad's ever liked anyone I've been with, to be honest. But I don't blame him. He's been right throughout. So it's a problem with that.
Is that true, Jackie, sir?
I respected who she liked, who she loved. She has to go through the journey. But obviously, as a father, I don't know. I mean, to find the right kind of guy for my princess is tough.
But Jackie sir, does it also stem from the fact that because you have a daughter, you don't want to let go of her? Because I have spoken to Anil sir, and I also spoke to Shahrukh sir, and they said that, whoever, even if my daughter dates the best guy in the world, I will not like that person, because it feels like I will lose a sense of self to that person.
No, it's not that. I mean, it's her heart. Finally she has to live her life with the person, wake up with the same person, sleep with the same person, get used to the whole idea. Parents aren't there forever. I think it's, we are old, and there's a age difference. They have to find someone who they can care and love, or someone who loves and cares for them as much as they deserve. So that's what I was saying. It's very difficult to find any guy for my princess.
And what about your prince? What about your prince? Are you happy with the choice he has made in life?
My prince. Who? My prince?
Yeah, your prince. Are you happy with the choice he has made in life when it comes to his dating life?
It's his. Again, it's his life, and after at the age of 25, he started dating, I think, and they're bloody good friends. And I have no idea what they have decided for their future. But my son, I see more focused on his work more than anything else. And for him, it's his first love. That's what I've seen. So, if anyone, I can't come in between. Daughter can't come, sister can't come, girlfriend can't come, mother can't come. It's his work and him. He's too focused. He's too much in love with his work. I wonder. Well, that's also a good thing.
Yeah, but did you guys discuss marriage at home, like your marriage or Tiger's marriage? Is it a point of discussion?
Nah. No way, Jose. Discussion ki baat thodi hai.
I love it. The fact that he's straight away saying that discussion ki baat hai hi nahi. Krishna, how comfortable are you with Disha? As a sister, of course you have a sense of belonging towards your brother. Like I am very, very protective. Also, I'm a younger sibling. What is your relationship with Disha? Because you shared a picture on her birthday.
When it comes to being protective over my brother, I think I'm as protective as can get. But at the end of the day, he's an adult. He's old enough to make his own decisions, and I think he has a very good head on his shoulders. He knows what's right. He knows what's right for him. At the end of the day, he's a really intelligent guy. I think as long as he's happy, whatever makes him happy makes us happy. That's all we really want to see. So I don't think I'm one to give my brother advice, to be very honest. He's got a really sorted head and shoulders.
Is there one quality, before ending, I want to ask you this, that is there one quality of each other that you would like to imbibe that you already haven't, and one quality that you would like to change from your father? Sorry.
One quality that I would like from my father, man, I think the patience he has. Like the amount of people he meets and greets, and he keeps that same energy with everyone. No matter who you are, he keeps the same exact energy. He has the same amount of respect and kindness towards everyone. And I think that's one of the best things about him. I think the thing that I let me know if you can't hear me, yeah? I think the thing that I would probably want to change is he's extremely generous and extremely generous towards the world. And I think that kindness many times can be taken for granted and taken advantage of. So I think I would probably tone that down a bit, even though it's a great quality.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Jackie sir?
There's nothing that I want to change, not because she is my daughter, but she is absolutely flawless. I kind of love and respect her too much for what she is. The thing that I would like to learn from her is her fighting spirit. She's a fighter, which I like. She's like go-getter, absolutely, and she has something which I don't have, a Zen state of mind. Jo chala gaya use bhul ja.
Krishna, if you remember the first time we spoke, you and I, it was when your pictures had come out and there were stories written on it, and that was also one of the first times I spoke to your dad about you, and a lot of people were being very mean towards you and they were being judgmental, which your dad of course didn't like. I want to know, has that, because he's a protective father. So today, how do you feel, and how do you react to trolls? And are you more settled because today people like Krishna and Tiger, both your kids, have given a fitting response with their work and with the virtues that they have to naysayers?
I don't want to. I'm not even into it. I think there is no fitting response or anything. If people have, if they speak good, they speak good. If they speak bad, they speak bad. It really doesn't matter because both these kids are focused on the craft and their own body and what they are doing. So, जब हाथी चलता है, तो चलता है.
What about you, Krishna? Was there a point where you felt, because this was the first time you were in the media, when there was judgment, did that bother you? Today you are in a space where you're in a happy space. In the beginning, I want to know, was there a point where it actually pinched you a little bit?
I mean, to be honest, like, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it or bullshit. But to be honest, like, you know, what the first time I remember anything of mine coming out in the media was when I went to this charity event with my father for breast cancer awareness. And there was some media there and they clicked photos. And I was a young teenager at the time. And I remember those photos came out. It was social media, reading comments, and they were just, you know, remarks about my work. And as a young teenager, that's going to play on your mind. But those things affect you. But I think the more, you know, as I grew up, the more comfortable I got in my own skin, the more confident I got, especially since I started my fitness journey and focusing on, you know, within and my health. All of that is just, it's noise, it's background noise.
Yeah, it's chatter. Yeah.
I don't want to use that as fuel or motivation because it genuinely is so irrelevant to me, you know. But I'm not gonna lie, as a young teenager, you know, when you're out there and you've been put out there or whatever, and you these things, 100% it plays an effect on your mind. But right now I'm just so comfortable, so happy in the place I'm in. None of that really bothers me whatsoever.
But thank you, and I hope that someday soon we meet and we do this in person. The biggest of hugs to both of you. Sir, आपको तो मेरा बहुत ज़्यादा respect भी है और regards भी है because you have been a really, really kind person to somebody like me who didn't have any direction in the industry in the beginning, to be very honest. And I will never forget. Wherever I go, I will never forget that one evening when I was lost and you completely held my hands. And Krishna, you have been one of those confidants who I can pick up a call and just request, Krishna, we have to do this. Can we just do it? And you know, thank you for doing this. Happy Father's Day to you, sir, and to you for being such an amazing child.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. To you too. Happy Father's Day. Take care.